What's going on, guys? Right now I'm getting ready to go over to the school I was attending for welding. I just got done with school there, but I'm going back to get a weight plate cut out for the Civic. I just went and picked up this big steel plate right here. It's a 1/2 inch thick. It was really heavy. It was pretty hard to get in here. And yeah, so I'm gonna get the weight plate cut out of that. And I also brought the cardboard template as well, just so I can make sure that we have it all cut out right. So I'm gonna head over there right now, and then I already sent the dimensions and everything to my teacher, and they said they already have it mapped out for the plasma cutter to go ahead and cut it. So once I'm over there, we can just throw this piece of metal on and get her cut out. So I got my cardboard template right here, getting the plate onto the CNC plasma table. This is the little printout that he just gave me. So that's what the plasma cutter is going to cut out. I just gave him all these dimensions right here. So I think it's going to come out sweet. The only thing I didn't take account is I need these little notches to be right in here. Like I put on my cardboard template, there's these little notches right here that the traction bar mounts kind of slide into. So I'm just gonna have to cut those out myself when I get the plate made, but it's gonna be sweet.
And save to the desktop. Kyle DXF. That should be your part. Move forward. These arrows show your cut path. Just double check a few things on the screen here. Okay, let's go back to the machine, to the pendant, and we can transfer that file over here, and then be able to cut it. So now we've got 85 amps on the plasma cutter with an 85 amp tip, cutting 1/2 inch plate. So that sets our travel speeds based on material thickness that we selected and material type.
Will it slow it down some because it's going through a thicker plate?
It will, yep, it will. This program knows it's got it kind of set into it, the operating speeds based on material thicknesses and material types. So that's what we're just trying to adjust there. Now, if we go from the computer to the table, and we look up where we saved it at, Kyle weight plate.
Nice.
There it is. Now we can do a just kind of a pre-cut before we actually make the cut to make sure that it is in fact going to make the shape that you want it to. So we can ask it to do that first. It's also just making sure that we are within the boundaries of the plate itself, that we're not going outside of that.
I kind of do the same thing with my vinyl cutter. I hit test run first just to it'll show where it's going to cut, make sure it doesn't come off the material.
Exactly.
That looks about right.
Looks good. And we set it for a 1/4 inch plate clearance or edge clearance off the plate. So even though it looked like it came really close to that edge, it was traveling fast enough, it was kind of hard to tell. But we did set on the computer a 1/4 inch edge clearance on the plate.
So it should have a 1/4 inch of material left right here.
Exactly. And then off of this edge too, there should be a 1/4 inch over here. Okay. So, well, let's bring the plasma torch back home, and then we can go ahead and make the cut.
There it is.
A little bit of cleanup, you can knock some of that slag off really easy when you get back to the shop. That cleans up super fast. You got a nice part. Might as well just get it all done now while we're here.
Yeah, it just comes off really easy.
Yep.
How heavy do you think it is?
It's probably 80 pounds, I don't know, somewhere in there.
about what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Like 80 to 100.
Yeah, it's probably right in there. I bet 80 to 100, right in that mark.
Damn, that fits pretty perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. This right here is supposed to be a little longer because I cut it too short.
Okay.
But
so it does look like it's
oh, it's a little less right here.
material's a little under that arc.
Yeah, just right in here.
Yeah, maybe a ½ inch or so underneath that arc.
Yeah, no, that's still gonna work perfect though.
Okay.
That's gonna be sweet.
Awesome.
Because I know right here, that's where it's butted up tight against my front lip on my bumper. So like it's gonna be tight right here. So it's not gonna let the bumper curl in like when it's going really fast.
Right.
That's what I mainly wanted.
The idea for this weight plate is just weight for the front end, right? And is this on the Civic?
Yeah, it's for the Civic.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll put more weight over the front end. It makes it look a lot cleaner too.
Oh yeah. Well, it came out really nice, man. Good clean edges. Really no grinding or cleanup required. It's ready to go.
Yeah, no, that's sweet.
Do people actually give a shout out once in a while?
Yeah, if you want to.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'd give a shout out to Cade and Diego. I'm sure you guys are watching. What's up, guys?
They'll be in it.
Yeah.
And thank you, Jeff, for letting me use the plasma table even though I don't go here anymore.
Absolutely, that's no problem, man. This was a cool deal, and glad we were able to do it for you. So
yeah, thank you. Maybe once I get it all installed, I'll bring it by and show you all how it looks when it's done.
That'd be cool. We'd love to see it, man. Absolutely. Congratulations again on finishing up the welding program. Good job.
Yeah, it was a struggle, but we made it.
Yeah, you got it, man. You're doing a great job, and your TIG welding is just phenomenal. So
thank you, thank you.
It's awesome.
You know, everyone in the comments, they do recognize that.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's probably a lot of what you do on some of your more intricate parts and stuff like that. You know, so. And I can tell here you had some good practice on it, good experience already, but it was beautiful stuff. So
thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Oh yeah. All right, so I got the weight plate all mocked up where it needs to be. It's just being held up with the floor jack right now, but I did have to spend about an hour grinding on it to get it to fit how I want it to. So like I said before, I had to add these little notches right here so that this flange on the traction bar would kind of fit inside of it just like that. So then this part right here would be flush so I can weld it right there. And then I also had to grind a little bit off the sides right here because it was just barely too narrow to fit around the traction bar right there. These are the measurements I gave my teacher, and this is the gap I'm talking about from this corner to this corner. I told him it needed to be 35 3/4 inches, so 35.75, but it would have worked out a lot better if I just made this 36 inches and just had an extra 1/8 inch on each side, because I didn't really take into account this lip that the bar has coming through on each side of the flange. So it was just barely hitting, just had to grind that off. Wasn't too big of a deal, but she is sitting where she needs to be right now. I think I'm gonna go grab a level and just place it flat on the top of the plate right there, just to make sure this is level before I get it tacked up. And then I have to go and grind off this nice powder coating on this K-Tune track bar and take off the decal, unfortunately, because I need a surface to weld to, and I can't weld it if it's all nice and painted. So I'm gonna have to grind it down, and then I'll get her tacked up once I know it's nice and level, and then I can test fit the bumper from there, make sure it's where I want it, and if everything looks good, I can go ahead and get this thing all welded up. Sorry, K-Tune. All right, so I got the paint ground off the face of the traction bar, and I got the weight plate mocked up where it needs to go. This is the level I just went and picked up, and she is sitting nice and flat right there. I was also sure to check the tire pressure in both tires, set them to the same PSI so one side's not sitting higher than the other. And then I also quickly eyeballed the height of the plate to just like the bar right there, and it looks all nice and level, and the level says that it is in fact level. So I'm gonna send it right there. I also checked it this way as well, front to back. She is sitting level, and that might change a little bit when I put the 24.5 inch slicks on it. Might bring the front end down just a tiny bit, but it's not gonna hurt anything. But yeah, so she's ready for some tacks. I also left a little bit of a gap between the plate and the bar just so I can get some more penetration out of my MIG welder, help get that wire burning down in there deeper so this thing doesn't fall off later on. But I might just throw some heavy tacks with this thing all the way up. If it's not strong enough, I'm just gonna get it tacked as best as I can, and then I might bring the car over to PFI and finish welding it up with his MIG welder, since Brent's welder will get a lot hotter than mine would. But this one all the way up does do pretty good. It is a 220 volt welder, so we'll see what she can do. And then, yeah, we'll have a weight plate once it's all tacked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, then make sure the bumper still fits. And right when I was getting ready to tack that weight plate on, went to go weld it, and turns out my welder is completely out of wire. So I need to go run to the hardware store real quick, pick up some welding wire, and I'll be right back. Downside of having the tiny little Harbor Freight welder is that these spools of wire don't last that long as compared to a full-size MIG welder. Alright, so I got the plate tacked onto the traction bar. I just put a couple tacks on the front of it right here, and then I also put some on the side. I actually ran a little bit of a stringer on the side right there. Pretty sure if I didn't put those side ones on, it would snap off, because it is a lot heavier than it looks. I bet in the videos it looks like it's not that heavy, but this thing is really, really heavy, guys. Like, it's 1/2 inch thick steel, probably close to 80 pounds. So it's a lot heavier than it looks. It looks kind of small in the car, but I don't know if you guys could tell when I took the jack out from under it. The car wasn't being held up at all, but just the added weight from this plate actually dropped the car a good like 1/2 inch. The whole front end kind of squatted down as I let the jack out from underneath it. So there's definitely some weight to that thing, but she is tacked on there pretty good. I can put some pressure on it and actually rock the car. It's not going anywhere. I think I am gonna finish welding it up with my little Harbor Freight welder, because it does seem like it's plenty strong enough. That thing does burn pretty hot, turned all the way up. So I don't think it's gonna have a problem getting that thing welded on. But before I do that, I'm gonna test fit the bumper one last time and just make sure that that fits how I want it to. I'm a little worried these corners might rub, but I mean, I could have just welded it all the way up, because regardless, I'm just gonna have to make it work where it's at. But I just wanna double check and make sure the bumper still fits how I want it to. So I just test fit the bumper on the car, and I am so happy with how this thing came out. It fits exactly how I want it to. Let me show you guys something real quick. So the plate comes just to the inside of my front lip right here, and if you tap on it all the way in the front, it is just completely solid. Like, it is not going anywhere, and it's not like too much pressure. It's literally just enough. Everything mounts up just fine. It's still really easy to slip on, and I'm just so stoked with how this fits, guys. You guys know me, and you know that I hardly ever run a front bumper on my car, and one of the main reasons I do that is because I always have issues when I put this thing on. The bottom was never supported. It was always really flimsy, and when I would get this thing going really fast, the bottom corners of the bumper right here would always start to rub on the tires, or all the flex would eventually like snap my zip ties and it would pop off. I just know the bumper was not secure whatsoever, because I didn't have any of the bottom mounts on it anymore. But now that I have that weight plate on there, I can tell you guys right now, like, the bottom of this thing is not moving at all, and I would feel a lot better running this thing, especially going a lot faster, like over 100 miles an hour with it now. But yeah, it fits so good. So really happy with how that came out. Let me see if I can show you a little bit of underneath the car. See how she fits under that front lip. Not sure how well I can get the camera under here, but as you can see, it fits right inside the front lip. I can't even pull it forward. That's how good it fits. Like, it's just perfect all the way around. So I am really happy with that, and I didn't have to mess with the corners at all. Actually, that corner being a little bigger right here helped a lot, because now this corner is completely solid, because the weight plate is hitting right there, and it just fits really nice. So yeah, that was definitely a success. And now I'm gonna pull it back off and show you guys one more thing I wanna do before I end this video. So I just took the front bumper back off, and I'm gonna get this thing all welded up tomorrow. Should only take me like 10-15 minutes to finish welding it up. But before I can do that, I do need to take the radiator off, because it's in my way and it's full of coolant right now. So I'm just gonna wait until tomorrow to do that, save myself some time. But one more thing I did wanna show before I get out of here is that I do plan on boxing in these holes right here. These are like part of the subframe on the front of the car, and they look kind of ugly right now. I want to clean them up, get them all boxed in with like 1/8 inch steel plate, and then I want to make some brackets that come off of those, like make 2 tabs on that, and then 2 tabs down here, and then put something like this on there. So this is like a mini version of what is going under the car right here. It's just a double-ended threaded pipe with 2 Heim joints on the end of them. These right here are actually ones Hayden gave me for my wagon a long time ago. These came off his CRX when he had it. He had these mounted behind the front control arm, and he also had the regular traction bar going to the front of it, but he also put these ones behind it just to make sure the control arm couldn't move like at all. And like I said, he gave these to me for my wagon, and I still need to put them in because the front control arms on my wagon move like crazy. I just never got around to doing it, but I'm just using these to show you guys what I mean, because these ones right here are too big. But I just want to use something exactly like this, just smaller, and mount one right here, and then the other one right there, and then I'll give it a little bit of extra support mounted to that piece right there. But I'm mainly just doing it because I think it's going to look sweet with 2 little Heim joint bars right there, or whatever you call these things. I'm just doing it mainly for looks, but yeah, that's something else I want to do as well. But guys, that is going to be it for tonight. I still need to get Emilio's STI pushed back in and get my hatch repositioned. I also need to get the S14 running, but I've just been spending most of my time on the hatch right now because we do have an event coming up at the end of the month. So I want to make sure I have everything done that I need to get done on the hatch, because I need to get this weight plate all finished up, and then I still need to get the fuel system all done, and I only have a couple weeks to do it. So I'd rather make sure I get it done early and not go to the very last day getting everything done like we always tend to do. So that's where I'm at right now on the hatch. Just spent today getting this weight plate cut out, getting it all fabbed up and mounted on the car. I think we made good progress, but that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. And as always, thanks for watching.